Jim, you may not have heard, but the mayor's not available tonight. He's at a budget meeting. Plus, he was in a conflict on the issue. So I'll be chairing the meeting tonight.
And for it.
Okay, since we're all here, I'm going to call this meeting to order at 6:30. We'll be following the agenda. So the second item on the agenda is the land acknowledgement. I'll call upon Matthew Trennanen to city clerk to read the land acknowledgement.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. The city of Thorold is situated on treaty land. This land is steeped in the rich history of the First Nations, such as the Hadawandurunk, the Haudenosaunee, and the Anishinaabe, including the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation. There are many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit people from across Turtle Island that live and work in Niagara today. The city of Thorold stands with all Indigenous people, past and present, in promoting the wise stewardship of the land on which we live. Thank you, Deputy Mayor.
Thank you. Item 3 on the agenda would be if there's any declarations of interest that council would like to declare at this point. Seeing none, I'll move to item 4, which is the adoption of the agenda. Can I get a mover and a seconder to adopt the agenda? Moved by Councillor Longo, seconded by Councillor DeRose. I'll call the question. All those in favor? Those opposed? It's carried. So we have adopted the agenda. I do want to just before we go into closed session, I just like to read the statement. Before I ask that we move for a mover and seconder to go into closed session, I'd like to remind you of your obligations respecting closed session. Those who are participating electronically in a closed session must ensure that no other person is in the location from which they are taking part in the meeting, or make appropriate arrangements so that any other persons cannot see or hear any confidential deliberations taking place. If this is not possible, you must withdraw from the meeting until we reconvene in open session. So at this point, I'm going to ask for a mover and a seconder to move into closed session. Moved by Carmen DeRose, seconded by Councillor Hanlon. And I'll read the motion. The motion is that the council do now move into closed session for the purpose of receiving information of confidential nature, respecting a matter, respecting litigation or potential litigation, including matters before administrative tribunals affecting the municipality under section 239(2), section E of the Municipal Act 2001, and a matter of advice that is subject to solicitor-client privilege under section 239(2) F of the Municipal Act 2001, ongoing Ontario Land Tribunal hearing. So I'll call the question at this point in time. All those in favor of going into closed session? Those opposed? It's carried unanimously. So now we'll be moving into closed session, and I'll let the clerk, Matthew Trennanen, to introduce the confidential verbal update.
So I'll just remind everybody that unfortunately, due to the live streaming and the move from open to closed, we will end this particular Zoom meeting, and you all received a second Zoom invite for the confidential section. So I'll end this meeting now, and then we'll move into that one, and I'll start that meeting in just a moment so everyone can attend.